Roman Reigns is your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, what I'm sure a lot of people are curious about is how WWE are going to book him. Well, in today's video, I am WWE and I am going to be booking Roman Reigns' world title run with the help of a mystery wheel. As you'll see on screen, just like the Obafemi video, if you haven't watched that, go and check it out. We have every name of every confirmed upcoming premium live event all the way down until WrestleMania next year. Over here we have our win or loss mystery wheel. As you can see, there are 9 or 10 wins, I can't even remember, and 1 loss, and the video will end when we book Roman Reigns' one and only loss for the world title. And here on this wheel is all of Roman's potential opponents, so let's get spinning to find out who Roman Reigns' first title feud is going to be against. Okay, LA Knight, someone that a lot of people want to see in the world title picture. So now let's find out, is Roman Reigns going to win or going to lose against LA Knight? Just about, but Roman Reigns will be winning, and as you'll see now, we're going to remove that win from the mystery wheel. So how do you book Roman Reigns versus LA Knight for Backlash? Obviously, in real life, we're getting Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns, which I'm sure is going to be a great match. But with LA Knight versus Roman Reigns, the story you can tell here is that LA Knight has been overlooked for far too long. LA Knight has come so close, but just not quite reached that main event world title level so many times. And you can have LA Knight come out on Raw and say, you know what? I want to be taken seriously and I want to be in a world title feud. And to be honest, I wouldn't even have him interrupted by Roman Reigns. I'd have him interrupted by the Usos, who come out and say, look, LA, we teamed with you at WrestleMania, but come on, you can't be talking about challenging Roman after you've only just beat the Vision and ISHO Speed. And I would also have the Usos say, look, if you want to go at Roman, look, we like you. We're obviously Roman's family. The way you get to Roman is through earning it. And maybe for the next week on Raw, you set up a one-on-one match between Jey Uso and LA Knight. And I would have LA Knight come out victorious in that match with Jey Uso, where LA Knight is now #1 contender. At the Go Home Raw before Backlash, I would have a contract signing between LA Knight and Roman Reigns. And in this contract signing, I would have LA Knight jump Roman Reigns and really catch Roman off guard. Have LA Knight almost be like a Stone Cold of the Attitude Era. Have him be the fun, crazy guy that the fans can get behind. And ultimately have LA Knight standing on the second rope, looking out to Roman Reigns on the outside of the ring. He has the contract for Backlash in his hand. He signs it with everybody saying LA Knight. Yeah! And as far as the match at Backlash goes, honestly, I wouldn't have this be too close for a match. No disrespect to LA Knight, but he's in there with Roman Reigns, one of the greatest of all times. You can't have him really look to be uber competitive. I think they can put on a good match, and ultimately I think Roman hits big Superman punch, big spear, 1, 2, 3, Roman retains. So we have now added LA Knight versus Roman Reigns under Backlash on our list of pay-per-views. Now before we spin for Clash in Italy, it's time to spin the Chaos Wheel. What is the Chaos Wheel, I hear you asking? Well, here it is. It is a wheel of stipulations that will either make my life better, worse, or will have absolutely no impact. So let's spin the wheel and find out what stipulation we are going to have to face. Okay, and early on, it's a free hit. I don't mind that at all. That means we face no stipulation for Roman's next feud. Now, let us find out who Roman's next opponent is going to be for Clash in Italy. Okay, we get Randy Orton. Now, will Roman Reigns be winning or losing against Randy Orton? Let's find out. Okay, just about again, Roman Reigns is going to be winning, but now we need to remove that win from the wheel. Okay, so booking Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. I think the Raw after Backlash, Roman Reigns comes out after successfully defending his World Heavyweight title, and he's going to cut a promo about how he is the measuring stick in WWE, and that he gave LA Knight a chance because all the fans wanted it, and LA Knight couldn't measure up. I would let Roman do his usual ramblings about God knows what, but ultimately I would have someone in a hoodie slither inside the ring, stand up and hit Roman with an RKO. Now, in my world, this is the first time we would see Randy Orton since WrestleMania. After losing his WWE title match to Cody Rhodes, he wants to take on Roman Reigns. And as for his reasons, I would have them be explained on the next episode of Raw. You could have Randy come out and say, following the advice of a stupid celebrity led to him losing at WrestleMania. But he is now back to listening to the voices inside his head, and they are telling him to take on the head of the table. The following week on Raw, after that, I would have Roman be in the ring on Raw, saying that he respects Randy Orton and that he looked up to Randy Orton when he broke through. But there comes a time when the Viper's fangs just aren't sharp enough anymore. There comes a time where Randy's most definitely not head of the table anymore. He's not even sat at the table anymore. And out of respect for Randy Orton, he's giving him the chance to go back to SmackDown and chase Cody Rhodes. And this is when I would have Randy Orton come out to the ring and say, you know what, Roman? Maybe you're right. Maybe the Viper isn't as sharp as he used to be. Maybe I just don't have that killer instinct I once had. Maybe that's the reason I lost to Cody at WrestleMania. And I would have Randy say, you know what, Roman? Thank you for helping me realise this, and extend a hand. Now, Roman would have that big, dumb, goofy smile on his face, and he would reach out and shake Orton's hand. And this is when Randy would pull him close, and he'd pretend to go for the RKO and go, ha ha ha, I got you. RKO out of nowhere. You can have Roman lying on the floor, clutching at his face as Randy enters the corner. Now, much like he did to Obafemi in my Obafemi video, I would have him charging up in the corner, spit flying everywhere as he does the heavy breathing. And I'll have him run, dart, and punt the head off of Roman Reigns. This would lead to their match at Clash in Italy, which the Italian fans would go absolutely crazy for. And to be honest, I would have Randy give Roman a really good match. This is a chance to have a really competitive match between two top guys. Two guys who are arguably some of the best in the world right now. After multiple RKOs, after multiple spears, after a couple of announce tables broken, I would have Roman Reigns hit one final spear and take out Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. So with an updated list, we now move on to Night of Champions. So let's go and spin the Chaos Wheel. Here we have the Chaos Wheel. Obviously last time we got a free hit, so let's spin again and see what we get this time. Well, that's unfortunate. Injury, missed next pay-per-view. Night of Champions, the literal pay-per-view meant for championships, is not going to feature Roman Reigns. Great. So once again, we have updated our list, and Roman Reigns will not be at Night of Champions, so we move on to SummerSlam. So let's spin for Roman Reigns' SummerSlam opponent. Here we are back on the list. Hopefully we can get someone good for Roman to take on. I'll tell you what, Roman Reigns will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Obafemi. Will Roman retain, or will he lose to the upcoming great in Obafemi? Let's spin the wheel and find out. And it is going to be quite a comfortable win for Roman Reigns. But with that, we remove another win from the wheel. So for Roman Reigns versus Obafemi, how do you book it? Well, surely at some point between, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, you have King of the Ring, don't you? And the winner of King of the Ring gets a one-on-one match with the WWE or World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. Well, I'm using a cop-out. Obafemi wins King of the Ring. And I think that's a great idea because after retiring Brock Lesnar, you can really have Obafemi go on an unstoppable rampage and have that rampage really shine through in the King of the Ring tournament with Obafemi coming out on top. And for the build-up, to be honest, I don't think we're going to see much of either guy. I think Obafemi is going to come out and publicly call out Roman Reigns and say, well, you're the one I want at SummerSlam. And Roman Reigns probably on the go home to SummerSlam will come out and say, I know Obafemi retired Brock Lesnar, Lesnar, but come SummerSlam, I will make you acknowledge me. As for the match at SummerSlam, I would have Oba absolutely throw Roman from pillar to post. I don't want to say that you make Roman look like an underdog. Roman is going to get his hits in. However, I want this match to be very reminiscent of like WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar before Seth cashed in. I want Oba to be that new Brock Lesnar for Roman Reigns. And I want Oba to really look like he's going to win. I want him to hit that big sit-out powerbomb, 1, 2, and Roman to do that incredible last-second kick-out that he does. I want Roman to give Oba everything he's got and it not be enough. I want Oba to give Roman everything he's got and it not be enough. I want this to be match of the year. And when it's getting to a point where Roman is really looking beaten and battered, I would have the Usos come out with a towel. Now they come down to the ring and they look like they are ready to throw the towel in for Roman. And Roman is pleading with them not to. Now Obafemi would see this and take it as a sign of disrespect, that they are giving Roman an easy out. So he would exit the ring and he would lay waste to the Usos on the outside. Now this would be enough time for Roman Reigns to recover. And as Oba re-entered the ring, Roman would hit him with a huge Superman punch. He would rebound off the ropes with a big spear. Oba would get up, stumbling, and he would be hit with another big spear. And finally, I would have Roman go to the corner and do the big ooh-ah! And yep, third spear. Ultimately, that would end Obafemi 1, 2, 3. This allows Roman to, you know, look strong because he's still beating an upcoming guy in Obafemi who is like going to be like... I really can't emphasize how big of a deal Obafemi is going to be. And if you make it look like Obafemi is such a huge obstacle for Roman, you build Obafemi up so much. And the fact that Roman hasn't been able to necessarily get the clean win enables the feud to continue down the line if you want it to. Here is our updated list though, and we now move on to Money in the Bank. Let's spin the Chaos Wheel and find out how this can be ruined for us. It's happened again. Injury, miss next pay-per-view. What has happened to Roman in 2026? Is he made out of glass? Because he really might be. So we have now updated our list as Money in the Bank is not applicable. And we move on to Crown Jewel, where if I'm right, Roman would normally take on the WWE champion if he's the World Heavyweight Champion. We ain't doing all of that. We're just going to spin a normal opponent and see who it will be. Can we get a good opponent for Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel? Let's spin the wheel and find out. It's JD McDonough. That's not really what you want, is it? I love JD, but should he be facing Roman Reigns for the world title at Crown Jewel? Probably not. Now, thankfully, Roman has a lot of chance of winning this, but let's spin the wheel and just make sure that he's going to win. Okay, thank God, Roman is winning. How do you book Roman Reigns versus JD McDonough for the world title? I have absolutely no clue. Now, obviously, this story just doesn't work with current JD McDonough. So, between now, which I'm recording this in April, and Crown Jewel, which is going to be in, what, like, October time, we need to build JD up. And to do that, I would have JD almost be like the new leader of the Judgment Day after they've kicked Finn Balor out. Obviously, Finn Balor has defeated Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania. JD now steps up as the guy almost. And maybe between April and October, JD goes on a bit of a run. At SummerSlam, I would have JD defeat Finn Balor clean, as almost a passing of the Irish torch, if you will. And then in September, at Money in the Bank, JD McDonough climbs the ladder and wins the Money in the Bank briefcase to everyone's shock. And then we get to the build-up for Crown Jewel. And as for Crown Jewel, I would have Roman Reigns say that as a special for the Crown Jewel fans, wherever it's going to be, he's going to do an open challenge at Crown Jewel. Whoever turns up and wants to face the Tribal Chief will get a world title shot. And at Crown Jewel, as Roman Reigns is waiting for his opponent in the ring, I would have whose music play? Dirty Dominic Mysterio's. I would have Dom's music play, and I would have no one enter the arena. As Roman is waiting confused Dom, Liv, and Raquel jump Roman from behind. The three of them just start pummeling the tribal chief. And this is when you have JD McDonough's theme song play as he runs out with a referee and his Money in the Bank briefcase. The referee would chase Liv, Raquel, and Dom out of the ring and kick them out backstage as he accepts JD's Money in the Bank contract, and it will be JD McDonough cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase against Roman Reigns for the world title at Crown Jewel. And I would have JD immediately jump straight onto Roman Reigns and just keep trying to attack him. And I would have him go for that. What's that move? I don't know what it's actually called, but where the guy's on the ground, he pulls him up into the flight. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm on about. JD's finishing move. But as he goes for it, I would have Roman throw one of them big uppercuts that he does right into the face of JD McDonough. Roman can begin to fight back and just brutalise JD, ultimately bouncing off the ropes into a spear. 1, 2, 3. Unsuccessful cash-in for JD McDonough. Another title defence for Roman Reigns. This is an absolutely awfully booked match, but honestly, what else would you want me to do? There is the updated list. JD McDonough loses to Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. We now move on to Survivor Series. We need to spin our Chaos Wheel to see how Survivor Series can be ruined or helped, so let's find out. Are you joking? Glass Roman strikes again. Injury, miss next pay-per-view. We're not having Roman at Survivor Series. Now with that, our list is updated and we move on to the Royal Rumble. Let's take a look at who Roman Reigns' opponent at the Royal Rumble is going to be. Okay, this is interesting. Roman Reigns will take on Bron Breakker. Now, Roman Reigns only has 5 more chances to win, and something I didn't foresee happening was that Roman Reigns would be missing so many pay-per-views, premium live events, whatever. So Roman Reigns was meant to lose eventually, but because he's missed so many, there's so many chances that he could win this. I'm actually going to remove a few of these. And now that is much better. I know it feels like cheating, but I really did want Roman to lose eventually. I don't want to see another 1,000-day-long world title reign, and he still has a 75% chance to beat Bron Breakker here. But will he? That is the question. Let's spin the wheel and find out. Oh my god, Roman Reigns is going to lose to Bron Breakker at the Royal Rumble. So in actuality, this in theory is super easy to book because Bron is, you know, he's a future star, one of the next big things in WWE. So for Bron Breakker, someone who is already in the world title picture, he could just challenge Roman Reigns, especially in 7 months from now. If he maintains his spot at the top of the card, there is absolutely no reason why he shouldn't be challenging Roman Reigns. But to book it, I would have Bron Breakker on Raw come out and cut the incredible promos that we know Bron Breakker is capable of. I would have him say things like, "Your wise man is my oracle now. You were once the big dog, now I'm the big dog. You have a great spear, I have a better spear. You come from a wrestling dynasty, I come from a wrestling dynasty. You were meant to play in the NFL, I was meant to play in the NFL. Roman, our careers are parallel. Roman, I am going to achieve everything that you have achieved, but the difference is I am younger, stronger, faster, and better than you." And you can leave that there, and then maybe in weeks after you can have Roman say again the same thing that he says in all his promos, you know, "Well, I'm the head of the table, I'm the alpha, I'm QB1, that's the Cody Rhodes thing, but you get my point. Come Royal Rumble, Bron Breakker, you will acknowledge me once to the sky." And yeah, it's the same thing we've seen for the last 3 years with Roman. No offense. And yeah, at the Royal Rumble, I think you can have Bron and Roman go bar for bar. Because as much as, you know, flack I suppose I've gave Roman in the last, 20 seconds, he's an incredible in-ring worker who can put on incredible matches. And with someone like Bron Breakker, who is so similar to him, but different in many ways, I feel like the chemistry will just gel perfectly. And oh my lord, there would be so many spears. Ultimately though, maybe with a bit of help from The Vision, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul, Bron Breakker would hit a huge spear where he does 15 flips after, and he would crawl over and pin Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3 to win his first world championship and to go into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. And with that being said, we finally have our completed list. To give you a refresher, LA Knight will lose to Roman Reigns at Backlash. Randy Orton will lose to Roman Reigns at Clash in Italy. Roman Reigns will not appear at Night of Champions due to injury. Obafemi will lose to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns will not appear at Money in the Bank due to injury. JD McDonough will unsuccessfully cash in his Money in the Bank contract versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns will not appear at Survivor Series due to injury. And Bron Breakker will defeat Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble for the World Heavyweight Championship. That is it for today's video though. If you want to see me book Bron Breakker next, let me know down below in the comments. While you're down there, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. These videos take so long to make, so your support is greatly appreciated. As I mentioned earlier, if you didn't see the previous video, it was booking Obafemi until WrestleMania next year, so make sure you go and check that one out as well. That is it though, and if you don't come back for the next video, you are cursed.